Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has is 5 phase, Ishana Murti has is 5 phase, All these 5 murtis, five faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Surya Vamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita decoded. Let's go to Bhagavan's Satsang.
Daughter of clothes shop owner, nicely packed. She just takes the gift, shakes near the head, says, I think a piece of cloth. Child says, yes. Third, gift from a local liquor shop owner's daughter. She just takes the pack, shakes it near the head. Suddenly she sees something is leaking. She just takes a little bit and puts in the mouth, says, beer. Child says, no. Takes a little more and tastes it. Asks, wine? No. Then she says, all right, I am giving it up. Please tell me. You tell what it is. Child says, puppy dog. Please don't put it in your mouth unless you know for sure. Don't decide. At least these major decisions don't take by engrams or the engraved memories. When you take major decisions through these engraved memories, you always end up in this type of decisions. Just because it is from a liquor shop owner's daughter, she thought it is some bottle, some wine. Same way in your life, again and again you decide based on the engraved memory. First do two decisions are okay. First decision, because a sweet shop owner's daughter, it's a sweet. Second,
because the clothes of one's daughter, it is cloth. Third, because she is liquor shop owner's daughter, she thought it is liquor. At least before putting into the mouth, be very clear what it is. This whole chapter is about the engraved memories of our mind. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. 3 different gunas. Krishna is explaining 3 different gunas to Arjuna. How we act, no, I can't even say we act, how we react to every situation just based on these 3 gunas, and how we create more and more karma bandha, means more and more trouble for ourselves. Let me start the first sloka. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yangyatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimido Gataha. Bhagavan says, again I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained to the supreme perfection. Whether you believe it or not, man, by his very nature, is a machine. He is just a mechanism. Not only in the level of body, even in the level of mind, he is just a mechanism. Biomechanism. At the most you can say biomechanism. But he is just a mechanism. He works based on just engraved memories. He is caught in the engraved memories. Continuously, his mind, continuously his being works based on engraved memories. Here, by again and again trying to repeat the truth, Krishna is trying to create an engraved memory of truth in Arjuna's mind. Please understand, why should Krishna speak the same thing? Literally same words he is using. Literally same words he is using. Again and again same words he is using. Why? Why should Krishna speak again and again the same thing? The other day I was telling, Krishna is a master who is result oriented. He wants what he wants. He is not ready to compromise. He is not just ready to satisfy himself by saying, no, I said whatever I want to say. Whether he wants to listen or not, it's up to him. No. Again and again he wants to create a memory of all his teachings into Arjuna's mind. Even if Arjuna misses one time, he may catch next time. Again and again, by creating a engraved memory in Arjuna's mind, he wanted Arjuna to follow. That's the reason he repeats the truth once more. He says, again I shall declare. Once more, I am speaking about the truth to you, knowing which all the sages have attained supreme perfection, param siddhimido gata, knowing which the sages have attained perfection. Idam jnana ubashritya mama sadharmyamagata sarge vinobhajayante pralayena vyadanti cha. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own, thus established in this eternal consciousness. One is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. First time he says, you will reach the state in which I am staying. All these days he was telling, worship me, surrender unto me. Now he says, you will achieve the same state in which I am staying. And one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Itam jnanam upasritya mama sadharmya magata. The state in which I am staying, you can achieve that. I think Krishna is the first master who is courageous and bold enough to declare enlightenment is available for everybody. Anybody can achieve it. It is not just an accident. It is an incident, you can create it. It is not just an accident. See, till Sri Krishna, all the Upanishads or Brahma Sutra, they all speak as if enlightenment is an accident. Some gets, nobody knows why they got it and why we can't get it, how to get it. No, nobody knows. All they know is some people are blessed. Suddenly God is sitting and seeing all the applications at some form. He says, all right, yes. And immediately the person gets the enlightenment. But Krishna is the first master who is clearly declaring how to write application or how to present your resume, how to achieve it. It is not just an accident, it is incident. You can experience it by your conscious decision. It is not just an accident. He says, by fixed in this knowledge, one can attain. He is not even telling you can attain. He says one can attain. Anybody, after the Vishwarupa Darshana, whatever is shared between Arjuna and Krishna, whatever goes on between Arjuna and Krishna is for the whole world. Because what Arjuna has to achieve has been achieved. After that there is nothing to tell. This whole thing from 12th chapter, in 11th chapter, he experiences the Vishwarupa Darshana. From 12th chapter, all these teachings are for whole world. It is recorded for the sake of whole world.
Such a beautiful, powerful cognition from the Bhagavad Gita that enlightenment is a science and it's given to the whole world to experience. And beautifully, Bhagwan says how we can be in just the melting space with Bhagwan and simply in the oneness space and start experiencing the highest consciousness. Now, in the Shastra Pramana, Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.13, Icha Shakti Uma Kumari, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, his will is the energy of Shiva and it is called Uma. The independent will of Paramashiva, it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. Beautifully, how the cosmos plays based on the will and how everything aligns in itself. The microcosm, the macrocosm, everything is synchronized. And the pie of Paramashiva takes care of the synchronicity of everything that happens, chaos and order, order and chaos. Beautifully, Bhagavan says here how everybody can experience from the space of oneness with Paramashiva, everybody can experience, whoever decides to seek, whoever decides to live the higher reality, they can simply experience the beautiful space of oneness, whether it is a 5-year-old kid or a 50-year-old person. Everybody can experience, whoever decides to experience. So beautifully, Appar, Jnana Sambandhar, Manikavachakar, all of them were soaked in the space of Paramashiva, and simply they could manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. Just being soaked again and again in the space of Paramashiva, the whole thought current starts aligning itself to the highest coherence to happen. The thoughts now disappearing into the space of the mind, which clearly defines that no longer it can survive because there's something so huge is coming on them, and they simply disappear. Bhagavan beautifully narrates this with this powerful cognition. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana, Valmiki Ramayan, Yuddha Kanda, chapter 116. This is for the power of will increasing the temperature of solid for others. Atma Pramanas are authority of Hinduism, the rishis, munis, Nayanamas, yogis, who have scientists and who have time tested, verified the science of power manifestation. In Ramayana, after defeating Ravana, Sita was brought to Rama. Sita's eyes sparkled with tears of joy as she was once again united with her husband Rama. But Rama greeted her from a distance and said, Sita, soon understand the society doubted her loyalty and for the sake of her husband couldn't embrace her publicly after her stay with Ravana. She told Rama that she was loyal to him and will prove herself by doing the Agni Pariksha. Sita instructed Lakshmana to build a fire, to walk through the fire. Flames would swallow her if she had been disloyal to Rama in thoughts or in deed. She walked into the fire calmly. Everyone watched in the horror, but to their relief, Sita emerged out without any harm, proving her innocence. Such a space of Sita was extraordinary, where she had only one thing of Ramanama and Rama as her inner space. Other than Rama, there is nothing exists. She proved it by walking into a fire pit, and nothing touched her because of the utmost space that she expressed was only Rama's space. And with this powerful cognition and Atma Pramana, Apta Pramana, let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are the Leelas of Bhagavan.
Not allow two meal to be acquired in your stomach. மருந்தென வேண்டாவாம் யாக்கைக்கு அருந்தியது அற்றது போற்றி உணின். Understand, every time you break a pattern, you get extraordinary powers. In this case, about this eating disorder pattern, if you break your eating disorder pattern, not only you will be free from that pattern, you will have powers to manipulate your body and mind as you want. If you have done at least one Samyama, then you will know how you can manipulate your body. You can just play with it. You can play with it. All the stupid theories of acidity, diabetes, tiredness associated to food are true as long as you associate them, not otherwise. I was reading in the Facebook, somebody wrote, one of the biggest prison human beings suffer is what others think about themselves. I tell you, no, there is bigger prison, what you think about you. What you think about you is the bigger prison than what others think about you. What others think about you is able to give you suffering because what you think about you gets altered based on what others think about you. If what you think about you stays stably, so what others think about you will never be a prison for you. Because what you think about you is so lucid and lucid. What others think about you becomes a prominent prison. Be very clear. If what others think about you is a prison in which you are stuck, what you think about you is the cell inside the prison where you are stuck. It is much more suffocating. Much more suffocating. What others think about you, if you think that is a prison, what you think about you is a cell inside the prison where you are locked. Please understand. What others think about you impacts only your external life. What you think about you impacts directly your body, your mind. Anybody who has done one Samyama can just play with their so-called diabetes, so-called gastric or acidity, all problem related to hunger. They can cause miracles. I tell you, most of the concepts the so-called modern medicine is teaching, and what a foolish thing. See, all the ancient systems of living healthy life just by handling your food properly, herbs, leaves, the natural things, is called alternative medicine. What a naming, you see. And swallowing these pills and chemicals and putting you in more and more trouble is called mainstream medicine. Most of our concepts about body and health, I should classify them under a title called stupidopathy. No, really, most of our concepts about health, diet, medicine, medical care, we trust metal more than currency because for ages we have been a metal civilization, not currency civilization. Understand, currency was pushed upon us, on us very recently. Those days, even currency had a value because of the metal in which the currency is made. Currency itself independently did not have a value. The gold with which the coin is made, that gold had a value, not the declaration by the king or the administrator that this is this much valuable. Understand? Trusting only Vaishyas for wealth was our civilization. Now our money is by Kshatriyas, politicians, administrators. Please understand? That is why I am saying your money is not money. Because the person who is going to transact that community, what they value only can be valuable in society. See, when
Beautifully, Bhagwan said how we can manifest powers, detoxing ourselves, living with a complete completion. Now, Shakshi Pramana are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world manifesting the powers of power of will, increasing the temperature of the solid. Here we have a devotee expressing how the change of the level of the water happened ever and the temperature much cooler happened when she manifested the power.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state.
now the Kena Upanishad is taking it to the next level. Declaration, not prayer. Me, my ability to will. Understand? Just like you have various abilities, ability to see, ability to use your hands, ability to use your legs, ability to listen, ability to think, you have something called ability to will. The ability to will integrates all your abilities. The ability to will is the spiritual umbilical cord connection with cosmos. Understand, other than God, no one can will. When we are told only God's will be done, means actually no one else can have will. Only God can have will. If you are having the power to will, you are connected to God, you are part of God, you are Him. Understand? Power to will is umbilical cord connection with God. Our umbilical cord connection with God is our power to will. If you will, no one can deny it. Even God cannot deny it because your will is bestowed on you by God.
The signs of power of will. The signs of power of will. Science say that eye color is a character determined by two distinct factors: the pigmentation of the eye's iris and the frequency dependence of the scattering of light. In humans, the pigmentation of the iris varies from light brown to black, depending on the concentration of melanin in the iris, which is determined by our DNA. The appearance of blue and green, as well as hazel eyes, result from the Tyndall scattering of light. Eye color varies depending on the lighting conditions, especially for lighter colored eyes. Epigenetics is a study of heritable changes that do not involve DNA sequence, but DNA expression alterations. DNA, methylation, histone, acetylation. These alterations are triggered by different factors such as nutrition, behavior, physical activity, working habits, smoking, and alcohol consumption. Stress meaning the very quality of our state of consciousness. Health is your nature. You don't need to create it. You just need to remember it. Then the epigenome starts to realign itself. From the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Consciousness alters your DNA.
The epigenetics. They have done so much of research on this field, on this epigenome. Epigenome is a protein particle responsible for your genes and all the happenings based on genes. Please understand, we are always taught genes are responsible for our diseases. No, it's not true. Even your DNA is not responsible. The quality of your consciousness is responsible. The quality of consciousness can directly change DNA. Asan Church very beautifully proves even the persistent diseases handed over to you by the previous generations, like cancer, sugar, blood pressure, heart diseases, even they can be just altered, changed, transformed by the quality of your consciousness. Another research proves only 35% of your DNA is responsible, only 35%, for what you are, who you are, how you are, and all the major factors like your longevity, disease, health and everything. Only 35%. The science of epigenetics and the epigenome opens a new door to the great truths declared by Patanjali and Swatmarama. Patanjali in Raja Yoga Sutras and Swatmarama in Hatha Yoga Sutras. Shiva Sutras says very clearly, the man who is in perfect health just by his nisangalpa, means the intentionless consciousness, can transmit that to a human being or any being.
This is for setting up the items required for increasing the temperature of solid for others. If you have a camera with a timestamp, that would be good. Jnananjan, if you have, that will be excellent. Any solid food which is sattvic and which is vegetarian food, which can be cooked or uncooked, but it has to be in room temperature. A digital cooking thermometer which is functioning very fine. Take few moments to set up your camera, download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen vividly and clearly, making sure the camera is facing you and the object and it's under a very bright light and where there is no other noise there. These are very special moments and you will discover so many amazing things. So please take a few minutes to set up the camera. The guidelines to increase the temperature of the solid for others. Start turning on the video recording. If you have Jnananjan, apply the Jnananjan between your eyebrows. Visualize Paramashiva and bring awareness in between your eyebrows. Have the partner bring any solid food and put it in front of you. The partner can make sure the solid food is room temperature, sattvic and vegetarian food. The partner take the temperature of the solid, video recording and a picture of it. You can gaze at this beautifully at the object in front of you without touching. Through the power of will, increase the temperature of the solid for others. Initially, if you increase or decrease, that is fine. Retake the temperature of the solid. The partner can retake and make sure it is the same temperature recorded every time. If you take a couple of times also, it should record the same temperature again. Verify thoroughly, authentically all the verification steps before you post the video and share it with others, and listen to others manifesting the powers. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
See, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me,
why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. These all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought, that neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and untouched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because her space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection. So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password you type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om
Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
The verification process for increasing the temperature of the solid object for others. The verify no video editing is done during the Shakti Avishkarana. Verify the video is not stopped or restarted during the process of manifestation. Verify all videos have been verified with timestamp and a wide angle view. Surely do not touch objects during the power manifestation. Explain to the partner very clearly before you start. Step 6, make sure you do not tamper with the liquid or solid in the front of you by heating beforehand in a microwave or putting a ice cube. No, nothing should be done to the object which you're changing the temperature. Thank you for participating. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us. and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham